So one of the most common ways through which we learn and grow is through feedback loops. Someone gives you information, you apply it, and then you look at the results. So the results will give you feedback on how well you applied the information that was given to you. So I'm going to read some of my notes here. To improve the results, you may want to look back at the information and tweak it, reorganize it, add to it, subtract from it. So you analyze it in order to achieve better and faster results. Then you look at the new results and you ask yourself the same questions. How can I get even better and even more inspiring results? And maybe even faster ones. So you keep going, analyzing the results to get the feedback that will help you make the next improvement. And this is the way that businesses are built. This is the way that goals are achieved. This is also the way to improve your relationships with others. Everything is based on feedback, and everything includes feedback loops for success, for someone to be successful. But yes, sometimes it takes a lot of work, and it requires tweaking, constant communicating. It may require telling the truth, being honest with yourself, with others, getting more information. Sometimes you don't have enough information. You want to maybe let some things go. Maybe you want to compromise. Maybe you want to build healthy boundaries and know them and be clear about your boundaries. So what you need to know is that people always reflect and mirror different parts of yourself back to you. So this is the basic rule of relationships. Everyone that you meet is a mirror of some part of you. And some people mirror back to you opinions of yourself and parts of yourself that you love. And then other people mirror back to you opinions of yourself and parts of yourself that you don't like, that you may be hiding, that you may not even be conscious of. Maybe you're avoiding them or denying them. And these are the people that will trigger you. So all the people that trigger you are hiding, are bringing to you some part of you that you don't want to look at, that you don't like about yourself. So we call it a trigger, but you can look at it as a simple feedback mechanism. So, through which the person that triggers you points out that there is some so this trigger basically is a signal that there is some self-work that you have to be doing in that area that triggers you. So it's simply, that's all. They're just giving you feedback. So if you get stuck in blaming the person, screaming at the person, thinking that it's about the person, then you're going to be stuck in this drama and in this drama, and it's not going to really get you anywhere. But instead, if you go home and analyze it for a second and look at it as a signal, it's like, what is it trying to tell me? What is it about this situation, about this area of life, that triggers me so much? And you just kind of ask yourself some questions, and that's called self-awareness. And that's also called learning, that you're learning from the feedback that is given to you, and you can apply it to get better results. So let's just take a very easy example, a silly example. And let's say someone says to you that you are stupid. So yeah, like second grade, but you're not in second grade anymore, so you can process this. So you can respond in a few different ways. So let's say you know for sure that you're not stupid. You have done your work, your internal work, you know that you are smart, and nothing that anybody can tell you will change that. And so you know, you have worked on that and you're clear. So your reaction may be like, whatever, and you may let it go. You may make a note to yourself to not maybe hang out with this person that much in the future. Maybe it's not worth it. We don't know yet. You don't want to get, to conclusions too fast, but probably not. But let's see, right? Or you can, maybe you can just calmly tell the person that it's not true, that you are smart, and again, you're moving on. So, however, if you have internally kind of been fighting with this idea of not being smart enough, maybe you didn't go to college, maybe your grades were not that great, and maybe your parents said something and you haven't really done your internal work on this, around this subject, you will look at it as an insult. You will probably blame the person. You will get into the drama with that person. You will say things like, I'm not going to let anybody say anything like this to me. I'm drawing a line. I'm kicking this person out of my life. So all those things, basically, all the things that you will do will be directed towards the person, and you will miss the point. Because you're not sure inside that it's not true. So you are basically operating on waiting for validation from other people that you are smart. And this person basically tells you the opposite. And so, you're not getting the validation. Not only do you not get the validation that you may need, that you are smart, but they're actually calling you stupid. And so you now are at the mercy of every person's, words, every person's mood, because, they have to be in a mood to tell somebody they're stupid, that not a good mood. And so then you are a victim of circumstances and you're a victim of other people. But instead, if you go home and you reflect on it, and maybe you even react, but then you go home and you remember this video and you're like, I do think that about myself, and I don't want to think about myself that way anymore. And I don't want to be caught in this crazy loophole of blaming others, and then they call me stupid because they sense this weakness in me, and this kind of repeats itself over and over. I want to learn from this. I want to use this as a feedback loop, and I'm going to learn from this, and I'm not going to let other people mess with my energy and with my life all the time, because I'm going to do the internal work, and I'm going to come to the conclusion that I'm not stupid once and for all. So once you know yourself really well, and you know all of your thoughts, the good, the bad, the ugly, nobody can trigger you anymore. So if someone tells you something that you don't want to hear, you will simply know that you have thought about that idea and that you do not like it. And so instead of attacking the person who triggered you or blaming them, you simply understand they are your mirror of things that you may still need to work on, or maybe you're already working on them and you need to be more clear. And so in this way, the world can become an amazing place to be, an amazing feedback loop. Like, you can learn every day instead of being in conflict with other people. And so, do you have people in your life that trigger you? And so what is it that they are trying to signal to you, and in what area of your life? So you can re-listen to this video, or you can reach out to me for a private session. My email and website are in the description below, and you can book one free session. Your first one is free, right on my website. And please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. Thank you.